It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. And good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Howell from the gun. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Howell out of the shotgun. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver. And it takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. That's on Pro Bowl center Jason Kelce. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard
Hurts
line.
being chased out left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's another Eagles 1st down.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Throwing is Hurts. And he fires one incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. And it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got his target. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been dropped. So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Eagles at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he's brought down at the 16. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Alpha. Crowd left Yeti.
Back to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Back to the running game with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Eagles! DeAndre Swift, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And they'll make the score 14-0. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here. No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? It's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Hey, 73.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Goes right back to Swift again. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second down, Howell now. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over first and 10 at the 31.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
73. 73.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to the sideline and incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Hey, let's go.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Second down, Howell back to pass. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And Howell will throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, it's Rodgers. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position, one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. This short throw caught by Goddard. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jake Elliott taking on Philadelphia.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he'll get it up past the 20 to a 2.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Howell now to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
They have maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in the second half.
And right now, they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Howell looking to throw again. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing here, Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. It's Howell with another throw. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Go Silver, ready?
Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles just continue to roll. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Samuel in motion. Howell out of his own end zone. That one caught by Gibson. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Taken from just outside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart, pass by pass.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
23 yards on the play.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. The man in motion is Brown. A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. One of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things,
you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give running right, Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
On 2nd down, Swift. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
3rd and 12. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. Breaks the tackle, now rally. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Silver. Hey, let's go.
Here's Hurts to throw. Zacchaeus here, hauling it in. 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So not just a blowout win for them.